This is not new news. Continuous fetal monitoring increases your chances for a cesarean. This is true, and we've known this for a really long time. Study after study show that this monitoring does not improve outcomes for moms and babies. And so why do we keep it here? We keep it here for two reasons. We've got the legal aspect because people sue, and doctors and nurses have to show why they made the decisions they made. Number two is staffing. We do not have enough staff. Most units don't have the ability to have 1-to-1 nurse-patient ratio. So it's not going anywhere. But here are two reasons why continuous fetal monitoring can increase your chance of having a cesarean. The first one is that the way that we read the strips, what the baby's heart rate is doing and what the contractions are doing and the response the baby's heart rate has to your contractions it's really important, right? And so when we're looking at these strips, different people, I could have two nurses here looking at this strip, and unless it's an obvious strip, we could have a different interpretation of what the strip means, even if we've had the same training. Now, in most hospitals, the nurses will have conversations, we'll have conversations with the charge nurse, we'll have conversations with the midwife or the doctor. So nobody is just looking at the strip themselves and making a decision based off what's on that strip. Usually it's a team effort about what's going on. But because it is so subjective, all of us have gone into a cesarean for fetal distress and that baby comes out with APGARs of 9.9. So it happens and it's subjective. Next, it's important to know that it can increase your chances of cesarean because it decreases your mobility. Now, some hospitals are great about this. They'll give you the telemetry monitor, they'll have those continuous fetal monitors on you, but you're walking, you're in the shower, you're getting in the tub, you're sitting on the ball, and so your mobility's not really impacted, right? But other hospitals, those nurses want you to stay in the bed, or maybe your provider wants you to stay in the bed. And so you're really limited on how you can move. Then also sometimes no matter how you move, whether you're up out of the bed or in the bed, it can mess with the monitor, so we're not getting a good tracing. And sometimes nurses may prioritize getting a solid tracing over you being able to cope comfortably and move with your contraction. So that increases your chances of cesarean because it can lead to what we call failure to progress. If you're not able to move with your labor and the baby's not able to move right, things kind of just don't move along like they should. So what can you do as a patient? First, you can ask for intermittent monitoring. If there's enough staff there at the hospital and your nurse is able to be 1-to-1 with you, that would be ideal. Second, if you have to have continuous fetal monitoring, I recommend that you ask them for the telemetry unit. That's the one that you can move around and walk in the halls and move and walk and squat and be on the ball, do those types of things. If you don't have a telemetry unit, you can still move at the bedside. You can ask for a ball to sit there at the bedside. You can get on hands and knees in the bed. You can still change positions. And y'all, that bed changes into so many different positions. So you're not completely limited. And that goes for even if you get an epidural, all right? What was your experience? Did you have to have continuous fetal monitoring, and did it lead to fetal distress decisions for a cesarean? Did it lead to failure to progress? What was your experience? Share here in the comments.